Hello, my friends. We've arrived at day 5. I actually thought it was day 4. The days keep on rolling. It's a funny thing, that time, right? Such a slippery little beast. So today I just got off a wonderful call with my beloved friends from university. It is one of my dear friend Laura's birthday tomorrow, and I was also speaking with my sister-in-law in New Zealand last night. And I know coming into this holiday season, it's really hard because we don't necessarily have our people with us. And we have been wanting that for the last almost a year. It feels like, you know, the longest year that has been for most of us. And it's interesting too, because often when I'm picking up my daughter, she's going to school, to preschool for full days. And she always is like, I miss you when I'm gone. And it's hard. We miss people, right? Connection in our lives is one of the most deepest and meaningful things. And I think when we are suffering from grief or just in the middle of a pandemic, you know, it's really easy to live in that state of longing and need, right? It's not just like we need human connection. So today's practice is going to focus on that. And I'm inspired by this beautiful book called No Matter What. It is by Debi Gliori. And I'm just going to read a little section and then we're going to get into it. So this is the end of the book. I'll save you the whole thing. But it says, but does love wear out? Does it break or bend? Can you fix it or patch it? Does it mend? With time together, a smile and a kiss, love can be mended with things like this. But what about when you're far away? Does your love go too? Or does it stay? Look up at the stars. They're far, far away, but their light reaches us at the end of each day. It's like that with love. We may be close, we may be far, but our love still surrounds us wherever we are. So let's get into our little warm-up here. Take a few breaths. If you're standing, allow your feet to come to the ground. And if you are able to stand, please do so. If you want to do this seated, as always, you can make this practice your own. So let's feel nice and tall. We've talked about these invisible strings, and this practice is going to be just that. So if you were a marionette, let's be suspended, but not just by any strings, but by these beautiful gossamer golden threads. Let them attach maybe to your skull, to any place front and back of the skull, maybe to the shoulders, through all of the joints. Maybe even you'd like to have some gossamer threads anchoring your heart to the earth, kind of like, so you have to give me my gymnastics background. So the asymmetrical bars in artistic gymnastics, they have those anchoring wires. So can we have those beautiful gossamer threads anchoring us not only up, but down, yes, to heaven and to earth. Good, and now in my beautiful figure eights, we're gonna do a figure eight as if we were kind of skating. So let's feel the figure eight of our feet. I know you can't see mine, but I'm just kind of gliding to the outside and inside edge. Good, and then I'm gonna come up and put that figure eight into my knees. Nice, and then into my hips, my pelvis, skating on the top of a surface, or you know, if I ever cleaned my house, this is what I would do, but I try and avoid that as much as possible. Oh, friends, if you only knew. Okay, good. Up into the ribs. Good, into the shoulders. Just explore a little. Let the breath guide beside you. Good, maybe into the neck. Nice. And then into the skull. And it's okay if some of parts of the circle feel a little wonky-donkey. It's good. Okay, now let's get really wonky-donkey. So there's a way we like to go. So let's try and go the other way. Good, we're gonna start at the crown of the head. Oh yeah, that feels quite awkward, but that's all right. And then let's move into the neck. Oh no, that's, oh yeah, you don't wanna go. Oh yeah, that's the awkward way. And again, we're just exploring. So be gentle with yourself. There's no right or wrong. There's just developing connection. Oh, apparently I need to do this side more. Good, move down into the ribs if you haven't already. Good, into the belly button maybe. Yeah, and then the pelvis. And you know, our bodies are not necessarily symmetrical. We're one side dominant, and so that's okay if it feels awkward. And move down into the knees. The more you do something, the less awkward it is, right? So all of this might feel really weird to you at first. Yeah, you don't ask to move without boundaries as I've been doing for most of my life, but hopefully it's making you feel even 1% better. So let's just shake it out now. Shake out the legs. Good, as if we could just slough off anything stale, negative, unwanted. Slough it off. Good. Now, bring your hands to your heart. Feel maybe your increased heart rate just ever so slightly. And then I'll give you 2 images and you can play with whichever one resonates most with you. So we're going to do a little bit of free movement, some improvisation. And either you can use those invisible strings, and those invisible strings are going to kind of like Spider-Man, yeah? Extend out, creating this beautiful web to throughout the entire universe. So maybe you want to actually think about some people you miss, whether they are on our earth still or beyond. Maybe you would like to think about some place you want to go. It doesn't have to be a person, it could be a place as well. If you're a traveling spirit and you're missing that. Or we can also take this idea of a needle and thread. Yeah, so you can have this beautiful gossamer thread, and maybe you want to sew yourself, yeah, to these places. So you can either use the physical act of sewing the space, yourself to other people or to a place, or we can just use this thread idea. Yeah, and as you're going through, try and visualize how that could create this beautiful web of connection and unity. Okay, so we've kind of gotten into our bodies, and now let's just take a few minutes. So allow your mind and your heart to think about someone or something that you're missing. Yes, and allow yourself to reach out with those gossamer threads. Send them out. And these have infinite energy, infinite reach. Allow them to stretch beyond even the expanse of the universe and go anywhere you need and want them to go. Can you feel how when we strengthen this connection and increase our awareness of our unity, you feel stronger and more stable? Good, let's spend another moment And if movement is not feeling good for you, you can make this a completely intellectual and emotional exercise. So you could stand, you could do this in your bed before you go to sleep. Just reach those gossamer threads, that love, that light, that unity. Go ahead. Just take a moment or two more. Feel yourself in this web of love and connection. Good, and if it feels good to you to let that go and just feel and see in your mind's eye the incredible web that we have made individually and together. And then to close our practice, maybe you can send your love like you could communicate through those threads your heart's deepest desires. And if that other person is in need or want, know that you can give them all they need just by sending your love, your care, through that beautiful golden thread. And if you are ever feeling alone, isolated, in need or want, please know you are never alone. We are one connected being. And I send my love to you, no matter where you are in time or space. I'm always with you. All you need to do is feel, just sense out, use your spidey senses. So let's just bask in this golden glow for a few more seconds. Good, and let's just rub our hands together. Bring the base of the palm to your cheekbones and just revel in the darkness. Smooth the hands down the face, landing on the chest. And then if there's a way you normally go, can you try and go the opposite? I don't know which my wonky dog. Oh, there we go, wonky donkey. Yes, I do have a favorite figure eight. Good, so just smoothing this infinite love, and spreading it around. And when we give it to ourselves, then we become this candle that can light all of those around us, right? So I really feel like by doing this practice, you have helped me. So even if nobody else watches this, and I just get a little bit brighter. Thank you. As always, if you have feedback or requests, I would greatly appreciate them. And I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you feel how much I love you. I'm a big dork. Don't you love it? Mwah! Have a great day.